Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes, help you understand why your person's doing what they're doing, why you're attracting that person into your life. There's many different realities that play out at one time. Why would you choose to live the reality that keeps you stuck in a place of disempowerment? You wouldn't choose to do that. We unconsciously do it. And that's why the universe is always bringing us things to help us revert back to our original energy of unconditional love. Now, I just realized that I didn't change my backdrop. I just did a video for Virgo and I have the same backdrop. Well, anyway, I wanted to jump on and do a quick video, but I'll be on again later on tonight. And I promise to change the backdrop. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, know I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play those karmic themes, again, to help you understand why everything is playing out the way that it is. And also know that anything of any importance or relevance to the channel you find in the description box. All right, let's see what the underlying energy is. It is past life. Already. Right out of the gate, it's saying lessons need to be learned. Spiritual partner. Again, anxiety, worry. Well, I'm feeling like you detached from this person and this person is finally getting the message. It's like this person thought that they were going to distract themselves. They thought that they were going to keep themselves busy. And then, maybe it would just resolve itself without having to really do anything. So I feel like you're connected to someone that's an avoidant. And what they're seeing is that you cut your energy. Like it's been too long. Now that it's like you should have been back by now. Like it would have resolved itself. So there was a past life karmic. And I say karmic because why would they play games? People that play games are karmics. All right. So let's see what it was that you were dealing with. And then we'll look at the hidden truth. So again, this person had a hard time of letting go of the past and the fears associated with it. So they manifest in chaos in the relationships. And you also probably have spiritual blockages. Good morning. Yeah. So it's like, coming into the relationship with baggage. The person wanted the relationship because I like looking at it for everything that they could get from the relationship. And that's including emotional, like, oh, I'm attracted to you. It's like you'll give me a little bit of attention, like that. But as far as a deep, committed relationship, one where this person can be like transparent and really build an intimate connection based on trust, they don't have the skills because of the past. So, and the reason why is because they're always going to get triggered. They're always going to get triggered. So it's like the relationship never really goes anywhere. You're always talking about the relationship. You're always trying to fix the relationship. And then it makes it harder because the person withdraws because they're like, well, these conversations are too difficult for me. It's like, you're not emotionally intelligent. I'm telling you how I feel. And then you detach, you withdraw. So what you're telling me is that you don't really care. It's making you feel ignored, where really this person, I don't think, means to make you not feel valued, but that's what it comes down to, because it's like emotionally, I can't deal with the depth of the connection. And that's because if they don't heal the unresolved trauma, any type of security that you want this person to give to you, they're not going to be able to give to you. And that security is emotional security. Like you want someone to show up for you. That's not a lot. It's like the person, like I said, needs to actually build intimacy. Keep saying that, which is like explore the unknown together, do things together, invest time together. And unless they're not willing to do that, your situation like will never get better because it'll never you create experiences, new experiences. That's what creates new neurological pathways in the mind. That's what allows us to see ourselves differently. That's what builds trust. Like I said, and this person, like, it doesn't, so it maybe not talk so much about the problems, but again, build the intimacy. It's like because this person has a hard time talking. Again, it keeps saying it. So it's almost like this person, I feel like, even though they were an ass, they still want to build a relationship. And it keeps saying it. It's like they're looking for it. That's why you're getting these cards, which is Moonlight Unity. Use understanding to have greater emotional balance. Like this is a huge problem within your relationship. It's like you're connected to someone that there is love, but it's like this person can't move forward. And possibly you too. You might be bringing in baggage, maybe possibly from this person, but both have baggage from the past. And so when you have love, but then there's baggage from the past, both of you are going to trigger each other. Again, because one's going to want more support, the other one's going to want freedom, not what to do. It's just because of what happened in each of your life. So this is why Spirit's saying that's what needs to happen. This person wants to do that. It's not like they don't. There is a part. That's why they come close and then they come back. They come close, they come back. It's like, why do they keep doing it? And so again, because it's a divine union. If it wasn't, this person wouldn't, they'd be like, I'm gonna walk away for good. I'm gonna dispose of you. It's like I'll get what I want emotionally and I'll check out. You're like, this is not what this person does. They hang on my energy, even if we're not talking. They're still around me. They're still like it's a connection because they're blocked up, and not until they release the past can they move forward. And possibly you too, and that could be just a resentment from this person where you're like, well, if we were really a connection, you'd be here. You would be able to let go of the past. So again, from your perception. And so again, person has addiction problems. They check out. Like I said, they're an avoidant. They withdraw. And so you're like, unless we can communicate, where they don't see the communication as being demanding or stifling, which is what happens because this person's oversensitive to being told what to do. So even if it's a divine union, it doesn't mean that you should entertain that, because like I said, they want you to do, but unless they're open to building that intimacy with you, you'll never heal the connection. And that's why you got the advice that you did. But when we look and say, well, what are the hidden truths? What do they really feel? What are they really going to do? Are they going to do anything? I hope that you can forgive me one day. That makes you more mad. It's like really, it's like so many things remind me of you. Because it's almost like I feel like they feel like you have a standard and you want them to live up to that standard, and they don't know what they are capable of doing. They're, like I said, they're still holding on to the past. So, do I really want to invest? Do I really want to give 50-50? You're going to hold to a standard. You want certain things. You deserve certain things. I tried not to give you those things. You're not going to tolerate it. So again, I can't keep coming in and out. This person realizes, again, it's a divine union, but they have to do something, about it. Is past life karmic mate. Are you ready to heal the wounds from the past? Or are you going to repeat the same cycle in this lifetime? Because I feel like you're like, I don't see any progress. I wish I could take back my words. Yeah, this person made it like you said something to them, like a boundary, and then this person got triggered and made it like you were less important than you actually were. So now they're like, again, they're like hurt. They're hurt because of what they said. It's time for me to heal now. Again, all relationships, like again, are inevitably to bring a person to healing. But that's this person. They're like, I don't like I shouldn't have said what I said. But then it's like, okay, well, you're still not gonna do anything. I pull from a different deck. Really? Nothing. It's like for a divine union. It's like time for them to heal. Well, that's their space of where they are right now. But we can say, is there anything else? Does this person think anything else, feel anything else? I know the universe works in mysterious ways, but sometimes I judge the situation instead of surrender to it. It's like that's because again they need that healing. So spirit's like, they're gonna have that and understand this person feels like they don't deserve your love. And they're worried you'll leave them when you see who they really are. So that's the problem right there. Well, what can you do with that? This person's judging the situation, they're looking for problems, and then they're like, well, you're not gonna like me anyway. And that's why they know that it's time for them to heal. Because again, whoever they were within the past, I feel like beat them down to the ground, to be honest with you. And now they're like still carrying around that chip on their shoulder. And so they have a big ego. And so we say, well, what are they doing now? What I see is again, they're in healing. Again, trauma, living a little bit like it through an illusion. And again, like you not being with this person and really being like holding your ground is shattering their self image, which is actually what's making this person do the healing. Because, hey, it's not like they don't have feelings, they have feelings. But it's more like I need everything on my terms because of what happened to me in the past, which means I am not going to give you the security that you need, which is why you're like, well, I'm not going to be in your life, like if you don't create that. And I think that this person didn't think that you would do that once they said, well, you're not as important to me as like you're not all that. It's like they didn't mean to say that. You triggered them because you're like, well, this is shit giving me a breadcrumb. Like I'm not, you're not, there's no substance to this. And when you said that, again, like it shattered their self image because of, hey, I think I could get away with it. And it's like, you love me that much. This is a divine union. They use that like more as like ammunition instead of trying to figure out a way to heal. It took them, it took, um, it took you walking away from them to actually look at their situation. Now they're sad because it's like I'm stuck. I don't really feel like you'll like me, but I know I have to heal. It's like, and that means I'm not going to be with you because hey, you're in a place of healing. Do I see it later on down the line? I don't see anything down later on except for spirit saying, expand your concept of what a twin flame is. It's more than a romance, it's a deep soul activation to heal in order to embody love and light. So this person can be a soulmate twin flame, but they're not going to be in your life right now. They have to heal. And sometimes during a real twin flame connection, there's separation and there's a lot of healing that's done in the separation point. This person was trying to, just jump from relationship to relationship. And the thing is, you can't really do that with the divine union. It's like a twin flame. It's like, it's not going to be surface. It just isn't going to be surface because it's like it's a past life connection. So it's purposely, there's a lot of chemistry, purposely, because there's lessons that need to be learned. There's healing that needs to be done. And this person was not doing it. They met you. It's like, you're like, well, I hold to a certain standard. I'm not getting that standard, but I'm holding to it. And this person was like, well, let's see. And it backfired. So in the end, they can't really go back to their old way. That's the thing. It would be like going back to, you know, there's your favorite type of ice cream, and now they don't have it. You got to take the store-bought brand, and it has that aftertaste, like it tastes like a little bit like chalk. That's what it feels like. It's like everybody else is going to feel like that. It's not, you can't go back because it's like you already had it, and that stays in your mind. And because of you, again, they're starting to see what is really important in their life. So again, understand what the soulmate twin flame connection is. So you're like, so what the fuck? I don't get a relationship, like all that for that. Spirit says you need healing too. If you attracted this person, oh well, then you need to do some healing. Also, you're not free and clear during the separation. During separation, both parties do a lot of healing, so that when they come back together, they're better. And then they sometimes they break away again and they do more healing. But what they're learning is what unconditional love is. You don't like it, but it's like you're also learning unconditional love to love yourself, because you have fragmented pieces and you're willing to do the healing to be with someone else. But Spirit's saying you really needed to do that for yourself, just so you know. But we all start in a place of loving our children more, our lovers more, or somebody else more, when we have fragmentation, and where Spirit's like, I really need you to do that for yourself. But if you're not going to do it for yourself, I'm going to give you a catalyst that helps you. The twin flame helps you do that. So there's a lot more happening than you actually see and understand. You're just like, well, shit, I don't get the benefit of it. What the hell's the point? I wanted to go out to dinner. I wanted to like have, situations. And Spirit says, well, no one says that you can't go out to dinner and have those things. You just can't with that person. You have to heal right now. And part of healing for you, we have to look at the fragmented pieces from your childhood and then transmute the negative energy. This person, again, is getting better. And if it's meant to be, believe me, it doesn't matter. There's no time, there's no space, especially with the past life karmic mate. So Spirit says, be optimistic. You have always been optimistic. Use your voice to create the world with your voice. I feel like these were things that you were always, these are gifts. Again, maybe you're like, well, I don't have anything. And Spirit says, you have gifts. You take for granted who you are. It's again where you're like, you don't think that they're gifts, but really they're gifts. And some of you that can use your voice. But again, you're resilient, you're tough. And your environment made you feel that way, made you be that way. So understand, Spirit's saying, it doesn't matter what you went through in life. I mean, it could be anything that you went through life with certain traumas, but understand what happens is you get a very close connection to source when you get certain trauma, because we can't run away as children. So what we do is we detach, we disassociate, we go inside, and guess what? That's where your gifts are. And again, it might start with the intuition. So Spirit says, you haven't grounded enough. You haven't grounded enough because you needed clearing from that trauma. So now's the time for clearing. You wouldn't clear those programs. So it's right now we have to say, well, so in childhood there was trauma, but that trauma actually, like you see it as nothing, there's nothing there. And Spirit says you have actual gifts from that trauma, gifts. And Spirit says, yeah, you're resilient. Is again, that's you lived in that. You have a strong connection to Spirit. You have spiritual gifts. You're sensitive. You're intuitive. You're creative. You're optimistic. So again, you can make something out of nothing. You again just have to be resourceful, which you are. So those are gifts. So it's about cleansing that old perception of you, and that you can only do that through the transmutation process, which is why you really couldn't be with anyone right now, because you can't transmute with someone else. The whole point is you come back with a twin flame and a better energy after you transmuted that old shit. Hey, Margaret. So like it's not just the integration of realizing how am I contributing to this imbalance. And really, I don't think that you contributed to it, because you were like, I'm not dealing with it, but it made you feel a certain way. And the Spirit says that it shouldn't have made you feel anyway. No one should be able to make you feel that way. That's their stuff. So you had fragmentation due to your trauma. So and that trauma could have been, hey, it wasn't really mine, it was my mom's. Or it was family I witnessed. So again, then I became overly sensitive to their needs. It's never a blame game. It's always just understand, where did this come from? Like, and spirit says, well, again, you create habits and behaviorisms that support your survival, whether that's emotional, psychological, or physical, in the environments that you live in or the environments that you're around. So whether that's school, friends, that's why it's really important to surround yourself with people that love you. So again, so if you inherited any type of trauma, it's again, now you have to clear that. And spirit, and you're like, I can't clear it because I don't have anything. And spirit says, what are you talking about? It's like, you have all the tools that you need. You are the magician of your life. That's that tarot card. It's like, you are the alchemist of your life. You have everything that you need. And part of it's resilience, optimism, use your gifts again. And now it's time to envision brighter horizon. Like, again, first of all, we don't want to create the same exact experience that we just came from. See beyond the illusion by releasing those old thought patterns of yourself. Create an inner sanctuary again, so that you again connect to the higher self. The higher self is God part of self, because you're being asked to take a leap of faith. And that's it. They'll take a bold step in any direction to understand the path is not going to be visible. But risks are rewarding. Spirit says you can't heal in the same place that you got sick. Part of you seeing yourself the same is because you're doing the same thing, being around the same people. So again, the same thing is kind of like bland. It feels empty over time. So where's the passion for life? This person represents passion. Spirit says you need to balance that. And again, so the passion for life, and that happens by, again, taking a leap of faith in trying something new, like rise above. So you like rise above everything. You can do that actually, and change your perception by changing your environment and by investing in yourself. And because again, then you're going to meet people and situations. This is how we rise above. This is how we see beyond, like, the immediate fear of, oh, this person might not come back. The person's going to come back. You're learning love, release control. Understand the twin flame connection will definitely make you say, you better release control, because it's everything happens in divine time. Everything happens divine way. It's really kind of annoying. And it's very triggering to both parties, again, because there needs to be healing. No one volunteers to do this healing. And again, there's periods of separation, and that's what we see right here, where spirit says, you need to like release control. You need to heal your second chakra. Go with the flow of life, by the passion of life. Take a leap of faith, like we said, in a new direction. Go into uncharted waters. Again, where the newness is like this is the way you can really transform those spiritual blockages from the trauma from the past. It's like, otherwise you're going to still be living on autopilot, seeing the same thing, waiting for this person to come back. And you need to be different. You need to be in a better version, especially since this person's saying it's time for me to heal, but eventually I'll make my way back. You're like, who's to say I'm going to be around? It's again, a divine has a hand in this connection. So you don't think that the divine's going to make sure. It's going to give it every opportunity for you to say, yes, you have free will, but if it's a real twin flame, a lot of times, by the time that you transform, you're in a totally different energy, and you don't care about what they did. You see that they were acting from a place of fear. Understand what happens, because now you're so fulfilled and understand. You might be like, fuck that, and understand that would be the exact response spirit would want from you right now, saying, yeah, that's right, go into uncharted waters, release control. And if that's what you had to do in order to release control, that's what you need to do. But understand, love is the only thing that will remain. Your anger won't remain over time, because, hey, while I was in separation, I won lotto, and then I traveled the world, and I met Tony, and I went on his yacht for 8 months, and then I was here, and then I went with Maria and Sandra to who knows where, to Mexico. And then, I mean, it's you're not going to care. And you're going to be like, where were you? This person was in a place of healing. I at least got to live and go into uncharted waters and take a leap of faith. And it was exciting. And I found myself. And guess what? I'm right here back staring at you. And you're a different person, but you're the same person. I recognize that soul connection. And Spirit says love was always there. It needed to be transformed. It's again, and because you were like, not today, not today, I'm choosing me. That's what made this person say, well, that's not the way that I thought that this was going to go down. And now I know you're not going to settle for less of what you deserve. And what you do is when you go into uncharted waters, you say, that's exactly the truth. So if you're going to confront me again, you're going to come back with a lot better, different energy. It's like, because I'm not sticking around. I'm not playing around. I'm not your wet towel ex girlfriend, ex wife, ex boyfriend, ex whatever. I don't care what the fuck you are. It's like, but I'm me, and you're going to treat me with the respect, and because I'm stepping into my divine energy. And Spirit says, and it starts with loving yourself. So it's not that you had a ton of trauma, but if we have nothing there, it's considered trauma. It's like, because it's like, I don't know who I am. It's like, I don't know what my options are. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't know what my passion is. I just go to work every day, come home and watch TV, and I look forward to a good meal these days. That's my entertainment. And Spirit says, are you kidding me? It's like, it's again, you can create whatever you want. It's like, and you can do a lot better than that spaghetti and meatball, you know, uh, entree that you got from Gino's down the block. You know what I mean? The food's good and all, but, you know, you could actually go to Italy. Imagine that. And sit with Gino, 10,000 Ginos, and eat pizza, and all these other foods. Imagine. Spirit says that's what you need to do so that this person is like, this is the fucking life I want. This is who I am. Honor me, love me. Because the most important relationship that you have at first is the one that you build with yourself and with God. And that's through the God inside. So that no matter what happens in your environment, you can go with the flow of life. And that's only through the passion of your life. So Spirit says, we leave off with taking positive action. Focus on the beauty in you and find silence. Live and honor in the present by doing what you can do now, and what you cannot change, you let go and you entrust in God. Let go. So again, you're being asked to like stop trying to control everything. It's like that person is like, they need to go through their process. Don't interfere in their process because they already have trust issues. Meaning like you're judging my process, and you wouldn't like their process. You'd be like, could you imagine someone standing over you with the watch being like, well, I wouldn't really do it that way. I think that you need to heal a little bit faster, and maybe you should like do this anxiety. So again, someone didn't allow them to have their process. Allow them to have their process by you finding yours, because you weren't allowed to have yours. And then when you get together, again, you'll both be stepping into the best type of energy that it is. I mean, because that's what the relationship's supposed to do. Inevitably bring you to a place where both of you are together so you can heal more wounds together. Because again, growing up in a toxic, codependent environment where there's alcoholism, drug addiction, avoidance, and all that great stuff, Spirit says you guys weren't taught right. So you need to be taught. But the way that we do it here on earth is we have to go through the experience. We have to embody the new consciousness. And so I'm at least making it good looking for you, is what Spirit says. And you're like, fuck you, it's broken. It's like the IKEA version. I want the Raymore and Flanagan version. Again, I want the already. Spirit's now, you got to do your own. And then you can upgrade. That's what happens. Or you can both upgrade together as you heal. But it's choice. You have free will, but enjoy the ride. because again, you have to go through these experiences. And as long as your cup is full, no one can really hurt you. You'll always be protected. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for joining me today. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's good karma. It really is good karma. What you give out is what you get back. All right. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.